What's up, guys? I am here doing a review about the Exceed Mad Torque 8x8. You are looking at this thing here. This thing is a freaking monster. I just got a jar of peanut butter right here. I'll show you the difference in size compared to it. That's a jar of peanut butter, standard jar of peanut butter next to this truck. It's huge. So it's definitely got some size to it. As far as a lot of people have questions about this thing is yes, this is the way it comes. This is how I bought it. Good and bad about it. One of the good things about this truck is the pure size of it. I mean, there's not much this thing can't run over. Not much I can't get away. I've taken on 2.5, 3 foot rocks and boulders and stuff with logs, no problems at all. You get the right angle, you get the right turning, you get the right throttle in there. This thing is going to crawl over anything, literally anything. Waterproof. It is waterproof. A couple downsides to this truck is one is the battery. The battery it has this banana style connector on it, so it's got one big, one small, and not a lot out there as far as getting different batteries. So be sure when you buy this, buy an extra battery. The charger, it takes about 4.5, 5 hours to charge the battery when it's totally dead. So you're going to want to get yourself a different battery, a second battery, I'm sorry. They're a 3300 mAh battery, 7.2 volts, nickel metal hydrate. So, we're obviously not looking at lipos for this thing. It's not really made for speed. Although it is decently fast, it's got 4 different motors. I do have the upgrade for the 4-wheel steering. So I got a steering servo there. I got one back here. I have one right there, and I have one in the front. So 4-wheel steering, 4 motors, and of course the 4-wheel steering is great as far as turning radius. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal the way this thing will turn. However, I'm the kind of guy that I'll throw stuff in back of this thing, see how much it can carry, and when you do that, the back wheels don't want to turn anymore. I mean, that's kind of common sense, kind of obvious. So if you can get yourself a different radio that can, turn off of those rear steering, the front wheels will turn just great. I've had, those edging stones that, the red and white ones that you can put along your garden. I had 4 of those things in back of this thing, and it pulled it with absolutely no problems. So this thing can pull weight. It can, those high torque motors are definitely just what they say they are. I mean, they're very powerful motors. So this thing, I mean, it's withstood everything I put it through. I was at a full throttle and I was being stupid, and I put this thing full throttle, hit the sidewalk accidentally, just the corner of it, and all I did was I broke that right there. That was all I broke so far, that little plastic piece right there. So this thing is very durable, very strong. It's not made for high impact, high speed. It's made for crawling, taking things slow, taking your time and stuff. So you're not really gonna break a whole lot. You might strip out differentials or something like that. You might break a steering knuckle or something like that when trying to turn while you're kind of in a bind. But other than that, I mean, you shouldn't really have anything breaking on this. I do have, like I said, the 8-wheel steering. So in order to get this 8-wheel steering, you're gonna need a couple things. nitrorcx.com is gonna be your kind of go-to for this truck. They have pretty much the only ones that stock anything for this truck. eBay has some stuff. Mad Torque 4x4, it's basically this portion right here, these two, with the front and the rear added on. So anything for the Mad Torque 4x4, you're going to be able to basically interchange with this truck. But you're going to need to get, basically on nitrorcx.com, you're going to need to get 2 steering servo kits. It's going to come with everything you need as far as hooking up the rear steering. It's going to come with your steering servo, and which is right here. It's going to come with all this here, all the linkage. It's going to come with what you need to hook up to both of the knuckles. It's going to come with everything you need. The only things you're going to need is a couple of Y connectors to branch off of the front steering. And then you're going to need to get a servo reverser. If you don't get the servo reverser, what's going to happen is the front wheels are going to turn in the same direction as the rear wheels, and you're basically going to just slide sideways. Obviously, that's not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to turn, not just slide. So if you get the servo reverser, the fronts are going to turn like this, and the rears are going to turn like this. That's what you want to get your sharp turns. So that's the benefit of the 8-wheel steering is definitely sharper turning radius. These tires are great. They do have styrofoam or like a foam inside, just enough to where it keeps the tire nice and firm, but also to where when you start to crawl, they'll actually flatten out a little bit and they'll give you more traction. So it's kind of got that good middle range there of a good tire. The radio or the controller on this, it has obviously the on-off right here. Get this thing to focus. Anyway, has the on-off right here. You can also adjust your steering to make the steering more or less responsive. You can make it so it makes a sharp turn, or full turn of the knob will give you just a little bit of turning radius. Throttle, you can obviously tune down the throttle. You can reverse the steering, and you can reverse the throttle. I'm not really sure why anybody would want that. I'm sure there's reasons out there. I just don't know. I find it kind of useless. So otherwise, man, this truck's been freaking awesome. I love this truck. I love taking it out. I get so many compliments on it. People are always questioning me about it. $459.99 is what this truck runs. With your battery and your 8-wheel steering upgrade, I mean, you're looking at $550 for everything, and you're gonna have a blast with this thing. So the only other thing I really did to it was I put on some little amber and red lights up top, kind of like little caution lights up here, and then I put in headlight bulbs. So these turn up white, these turn out red and orange. So just kind of a nice little add-on there. Not a whole lot of upgrades for this, guys. Not a whole lot of upgrades. It's decent the way it is. So if you're looking to upgrade it and modify it, there's a little bit you can do. They have hardened things, they have metal things you can change to, but unless you're a customized kind of guy where you're trying to make things yourself, you're probably not going to find a whole lot for this truck. eBay, like I said, you can find some things, take it off a 4x4 Mad Torque and convert it over to here. It's probably going to line up. But otherwise, nitrorcx.com is going to be your kind of go-to for this. Their shipping is kind of ridiculous. It's like $9 to $12, even if you just buy like a little tiny Y connector. So if you're going to buy anything, buy a couple different things to make it worth your time, worth your money, because they kind of rape you on the shipping there. So otherwise, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I will certainly answer any of them. I'm going to try to get some videos of this thing in action because it's really impressive. So stay tuned. Again, any questions, hit them up below. I will answer. And take it easy, guys. Get out there and have some fun.